Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. In these sessions, I am going to explain about the AWS DevOps concept. So what do you mean by AWS DevOps? AWS is a cloud provider and DevOps is the process. So we are going to implement this DevOps process in the AWS. So that's why we can call it as a AWS DevOps. First of all, we need to understand what is AWS. AWS is a Amazon Web Service. It is one of the cloud service provider. It has the majority market share in the cloud market. It's provide all the cloud related services where companies prefer to deploy their infrastructure in the cloud environment. Okay, regarding the servers, firewalls, load balancers, everything, what are the things which are required to deploy any application in the cloud platform, all those requirements will be fulfilled by the AWS. In market, there is not only AWS, there are multiple cloud providers are there. One of them is Azure, AWS, Google Cloud Platform, and Oracle Cloud Platform. There are different types of cloud platforms are available. AWS is one of the cloud platform which is available to deploy any kind of application. Okay, and what is DevOps? DevOps, is it a tool? No. DevOps is not at all a tool. DevOps, it is a combination of two teams. One is dev and the second one is operations. Earlier days, what they had done, whenever the developers develop their code, they are going to inform to the operations team to deploy the code into the environment. So they are raising a request, they are send a mail to the operations team to deploy that. So at that time, operations team will take some time to get it deployed, and if there is any bugs in that application code, immediately they will revert back to the developers team. So as we are deploying the code in the environment, as we got the bugs and the code is not functioning well, so accordingly the developers team working on the request, again they will send a new code to the operation team. There is some conflict between them. There is a manual dependency is there. So because of this manual dependency, the process is not getting efficiently developed. So that's why here is the concept that DevOps comes into the picture. So what happened here what happened, whenever developer develops a code, it will automatically he will push the code into the source management tool. Here we have the different types of source management code tools are available. So once the developer develops the code, immediately that code will be built and that code will be tested, and if it is going to release, and if any issues found, it will revert back to the developer without moving to the deployment. And again, if a developer send a revert, means if he fix the bug, immediately again he will release. It will then automatically it will build the code, it will test the code, it will release the code. If everything there is no errors, then it will go to deploy the code. Everything, plan, code, build, test, release, deploy, operate. And once the code has been deployed successfully, finally the monitoring team is there. They are going to monitor the performance of the application. If they found any glitch in the application while performing, means any performance issues, they will revert back to you. So and so application is not working well, so and so issues there. Based on that issue, we are going to troubleshoot the issues. Okay, but we need the application. And for the development of any application, we have some kind of methodologies are there. What kind of methodologies? There are different types of methodologies are available for developing a code. Here is the application. Suppose if I want to top SDLC methodologies, if I type here, there are top 7 methodologies which are available. Earlier days they are following. So in them, one of those is lean methodologies, Agile methodology, Waterfall methodology, DevOps. DevOps is also one of the methodology. Spiral methodology, iterative methodology, the V model methodology. Here, out of these many models, we are using, earlier they are using the Waterfall methodology, but it will be failed now. It has been failed now. Right now there is no requirement because of we never went back in this waterfall kind of model. So, and let us we have a quick look on this model. Okay. So waterfall methodology. Here, what is the first step? The user need to gather the requirements from the client, what he is actually looking for. So based on the requirements from the client, we are going to design the code. Based on the assumptions, what is the requirements, we are going to design the code. So once the code design is done, we are going to development the same code. We are making the design. Suppose while we are constructing a house, first of all, what kind of house we are looking for. So once we understand the requirement, we are going to design. We are going to design the house in the plan. It is nothing but design. So once the design is ready, we are going to development. Means we are building the house. Like that, in the similar way, we are developing the code. Once the code has been developed by the developers, we are going to test that code. If the test is success, okay, we are going for deployment. Suppose for any case, if the testing is failed, what we will do? We are again sent back revert to the development team. As we are testing the code, we found so and so errors. Because of that code, because of that issue, we are not able to deploy the code on the deployment environment. So please check the code and just get back to us once it is rectified. Accordingly, the developers will rectify that code and again they will send it for the testing. So once it has come to the testing, again we are going to test the code. If it is success, then we are going to deploy the code on the environment. That may be a cloud environment, that may be on-premises environment. Once the code has been deployed successfully, the maintenance is required. So these are the steps which we are followed while any software deployment cycle. And here one thing we just need to remember, in this waterfall software methodology, we cannot get back to the previous step. Suppose if there is any issue, we cannot get back to the previous model. That is the main drawback for this waterfall model. So that's why nowadays majority of companies are following Agile methodologies, and the Agile methodology which is suitable for the big projects. Okay, and the Scrum and the DevOps. Yeah, and one more thing, if we want to discuss about the DevOps, it has been started in the year of 2014 and it has been evaluated in the 2016, and it is the trending one right now. Because of by using the DevOps model, we are achieving the high performance of application and we are reducing the downtime. We'll get the exact great results. So that's why majority of the companies are looking for DevOps methodology. Okay, right now you have get the better clarity on that. Means Agile means DevOps is a process. It's not a tool, it's a process where we can release the project as soon as possible in order to reduce the time, efficiency, manpower, manual efforts, everything. If I want to do anything on automation way, because of whenever I have the concept of the automation, then only the process will be quickly done. If there is manual intervention is required, there will be a slight delay in that. Even though if we do the manual done, it will be done, but it will take some time. Instead of doing on manual way, if I make everything on automation way, means automatically the code will be built, automatically the code will be tested, automatically if any issue, it will be automatically revert back to the development team. Suppose if the code is tested successfully, automatically it will deploy the code into the production environment. These things, while we are doing the deploy automation way, everything will be automation. Automatic way it will be deployed. So it will reduce the manual effects. It will increase the cost. It will increase the efficiency. It will decrease the cost actually. Okay, because of less manpower is required. Everything is here. Everything is the automation. Okay, and Scrum. Before going to the Scrum, just we will have a quick look on this. What are the things? What are the points which we had discussed? So everything has been covered in this notepad session. This will keep with you. I am going to share this document with you as well for your reference. Just please have a quick look on that. And as I told to you, AWS is a Amazon Web Service and it is a cloud computing platform. why we choosing cloud platform instead of deploying my application on premises? So because of it's a security and easy to maintenance and economical and scalability, high scalability. Whenever I have the requirement, at the time I'm going to create immediately. Whenever I don't have any requirement, I'm going to destroy, means I'm going to decommission my servers. But in on premises, is it possible? Because of once I procure any hardware, if I don't have any requirement with the hardware, immediately I can't destroy, because of as I already invest amount on that. Amount means uh, money on that servers for procuring. Because of so and so results, if I remove the servers, can I get back that server to the company who sell to me? No, the server needs to kept with me, because without use, how it is causing a loss to me. Suppose if I deploy the same server on the cloud, whenever there is no requirement, immediately I can delete the server. How much amount, that how much compute capacity that I had been used, that much amount I need to pay. So these are the advantages while using the cloud computing. Okay, and generally we have the three teams are there: the front end developers and the back end developers and the database. That may be administrator, that may be developer, whatever it may be. Okay, suppose if company want to develop any kind of application, they will play a key role. Front end developer, back end developer, or database, it is mandatory. And once they had developed the code, quality testing. Tester is here, the role of tester is to test the quality of the code. What is the purpose of business analyst? The purpose of business analyst is to gather the requirement from the client, what the client is actually looking for. So he needs to take the input from the client, and the same has been conveyed to the team who are working on that. And support or call center, while we are working on the application, if any issues are there, if any user is not able to work on any application because of so and so reason, at the time they raise a request or support, they can contact the support team. So it's only provided by the company only, because of they have developed the code, they know end to end. So if there is any issue, the companies provide the support, the user can reach out the support team to get the sufficient support. And the DevOps engineer, the major role of DevOps engineer is to do the automation. Okay, and SDLC process we had already taken. These are the different types of waterfall model, spiral model, rapid application model. There are different types of SDLC models are available, but we are using majorly Agile or DevOps. Okay, and in Agile methodology, Agile methods breaks tasks into small iterations. Means whenever there is a big project out there, what the Agile will do, it will break that big task into the small tasks, and that will be assigned to the different persons. If there is a big task is there, one person can do that big task. Even though he is taking that task into too many days to complete the task. But if I break the big task into small tasks, I am going to distribute the tasks into the individuals. Everybody will work on that small task. They will complete entirely. The big task will be completed within a smaller time. Okay, this is the advantage which we have with the Agile method. And here in the Agile only we have the concept of sprint. Sprint is nothing but the time frame. Because of if I want to allocate any task to any team members, what I am going to do, there is a specific guidelines. Because of without time guidelines, we can't go to start any project, means any task. If I start any task, if I want to assign any task, there is a specific guidelines of time frame is there. So sprint is nothing but the time frame. How much time it is required? 2 to 4 weeks. Generally, that the time frame of the sprint is lies between 2 to 4 weeks. Suppose if I take for example, May 15 to 26, 10 working days, even though it is 2 weeks, if you leave that out of 2 weeks, the 4 days will be holidays, Saturday, Sunday. You can ignore that. if you make the 2 weeks of time, it will be 10 working days. Out of 10 working days, for each day 9 hours. So you can plan the sprint accordingly. So based on the task and based on the availability of staff, means staff is nothing but employees, we are going to assign the task to them. Okay, not only the Facebook application, if I have any kind of like application, the majority part is resource allocation. So based on the resources, I am going to allocate the work. Okay, product backlog. Suppose while my team is, suppose I am going to deploy, I am going to develop one application. In that application, while deploying my team, while deploying application, there will be some issues. There will be some backlogs. Means all are not performance. Somebody is doing the work because of there is no issues, but somebody is having the issue while doing the task. At the time they stuck between some technical glitches or technical whatever it may be. At the time they are not able to work. So we are going to conduct the Scrum meeting or stand-up meeting on daily basis. In the Scrum meeting, we are going to discuss what the things has been done on the last day, what the things we are going to do on the today, and if any blocker, means while implementing any task, if any blocker is there. So everything we are going to discuss on the Scrum meeting. It's a daily meeting. In that Scrum meeting, who will be there? Participants. The Scrum Master is there, the product owner is there, and the developers and the BA team, the QA team, and the DevOps engineer is also there. So everybody involved on the Scrum meeting. If anyone has the problem while doing their task, they will escalate their issue in the Scrum meeting. Based on that, they will they will discuss on that meeting, and they will try to resolve that issue. And what is retrospective meeting? In retrospective meeting, what they had discussed, what went bad, what went good, any improvements needed. Like if I developing any application, if there is something bad, I had observed it, I am going to discuss in the retrospective meeting. If something is good, means if I get the good results, then we are going to discuss in the retrospective meeting. If any improvements are required, suppose somebody is not working good because of that person, the project has been impacted, the time guidelines has been impacted, so the improvement is needed. So at the time we are going to put the same in the retrospective meeting. Okay, sprint, the time frame is 10 working days, or means 10 working days means it's a 2 weeks of sprint. 15 working days means it 3 weeks of sprint. So here in this session we had discussed about the what is DevOps, where we are going to use the DevOps, and SDLC methodologies, and SDLC process, and different types of SDLC methodologies, and what DevOps process, and Scrum meeting, who had conducted the Scrum meeting, who had been involved in that Scrum meeting, everything. It is introduction for any software company. This is the process they need to follow. Okay, this is all about the things which involves in a daily manner, which you need to understand before doing the task, any task. Okay guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the section. We will meet up in the next section with the new topic. Thank you for joining my section. Bye bye.